Okay, hi Brianna, hi
Hi.
Deja. We met last week briefly and you talked about some issues you were having with your mom, and we went over some things you could do this week, dealing with a lot of different conflict. So, explain to me how this week went for you guys.
I mean, I think that I still want her to understand the pros to putting her in a home and getting her in an assisted living facility. So I've tried to talk to her about it. It hasn't really gone anywhere. We've had a couple phone conversations. We tried to have lunch, but we ended up not being able to talk about it just because I felt like she wasn't really understanding me. So
Um, I think it would just be better if we just kept her in my home for financial situations, for me personally, because I just wouldn't be able to pay my part and paying for the home. So me just taking care of her and being in my home and being in my eyes and being under my supervision, I feel like it'll just be safer and also better
I don't
about
feel
this
like I
situation.
don't feel like that's gonna help. Though.
But I think it will. I think she'll like it better too. And with
But it's
her
about what's
having,
safe. It's not about what she likes.
right, but with her having Alzheimer's too, so I think that would help with the. I mean, you can't fix it, but it may help some for her to be around people and recognize people instead of being put
I
away.
don't think I don't think that's valid.
Okay, so we both clearly have some different issues and concerns. I mean, you're both here because you really care about your mother, and you both obviously want to work together to make sure she is safe. There's just some differing opinions on how we do that. So, Brianna, what is your biggest concern if Deja takes care of your mom?
I don't think it'd be safe for mom, and I don't think it'd be safe for Deja or for Deja's children, just because she has been really aggressive. Like the other day, we were trying to take her food to her, and she tried to hit us. And so I just feel like if she's doing that to her own children, then it's better to have her with someone who's prepared to take care of her. And I feel like Deja doesn't understand that. Like she just thinks it'd be great to have mom living with her, but it wouldn't. Like you have to think about people other than yourself.
Right.
So, what I'm hearing from that is you are very concerned for your mother's safety and for Deja's safety, and it's not that you don't think Deja is capable, but it is a lot to handle for one person.
I mean, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Deja, what are your concerns with her going into an assisted facility?
Um, that um, maybe she wouldn't be taken care of as we would like her to be taken care of. Um, because we are her family, no one's going to take care of her family like her family, take care of her like her family would. So just that, and just not getting the treatment and the what she needs. I just think that they just, nursing home or assisted living, they have a lot going on. So like,
Her not getting what she needs would be living with you.
I feel like she will get what she needs. Maybe, and like financially too, maybe bringing in a nurse once or twice a week. Maybe that will help too, instead of just putting her in this home for the rest of her life. Maybe that will help.
So, Bree, you're able to understand that she also has concerns for your mother's safety, and she has concerns for the financial stability of the situation, and both of you want your mother to be well cared for as she's going through this process.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that money should be an issue. Like I think that her health and well being is worth it, and that her health and well being is worth it as well as her children's. I think that it would be well worth it to put our mother in the home. We would still visit her. It's not like she would be by herself. It's just not safe for you or the kids or for mom.
So, when you guys communicate about these issues outside of our 2 sessions we've had now, what does that communication look like?
it's like one-sided. Every person for themselves. Like, I feel one way and she feels another way. No.
It's like a lot of like me talking and it just like not going in her ear. So.
Okay. Well, do we see now that there are some similarities in what your wishes are? That you're both here because you care about your mom and you do care about each other and the relationship you have, but you just have differing opinions on how you want that to be done. So when was a time you were both able to work on this problem effectively together? Did you feel like there was ever one instance that you were able to communicate in a positive manner and get your mother the help she needed?
I think that whenever mom first started getting sick, we would just notice like slight changes in her behavior, and I think that we worked fine together then. I mean, I feel like there wasn't really an issue of what needed to change. It was just who was going to step in and help, and I think that we worked together then. It's just when there's two opposing sides.
Okay. So what did that communication look like when you were working together in the beginning? How were you talking to one another? How were you caring for your mom?
We were just like taking turns on this day and this day. That's your day, and this day is my day, and we just took turns on that, and just weekends are just alternate switching back and forth.
And no one was really upset. I feel like we would call each other and just say like, hey, you know, I've been here like kind of a long time and it's starting to get out of hand. Like, can you come? And it just went without question. Like, the other person would come over.
Yeah, that's how it went.
We didn't really argue then, but I don't really think we had much to argue about as far as this.
Yeah, because it was just in the early stages, so it wasn't as bad as it is now. So it was just able to handle between the two of us.
And also her children were around, and so I feel like that was
The fact
safer.
that, yeah, that I had more time to take care of her and stuff.
How do the two of you cope with your mother's condition? Brianna, how do you cope?
I mean, I think it's hard. It's kind of like you lost someone, but you just have to deal with it. You just have to carry on and take what you're handed, I guess. So I'd say that I just try to remember the good things, but I'm a realist and I like to look at what's going on now, and she's not the same person, and that's not her fault. I still love her, but she can't be taken care of the way she was taken care of before. So
it sounds to me like when I asked you about coping, immediately your head went to, I just got to take care of my mom. So is that where a lot of your stress is coming from?
I'd say so.
If you don't have that outlet for you to be able to find something you enjoy outside of taking care of your mom?
Yeah, I'd say so.
What are some things that you like doing?
I mean, I like to be outdoors. I like to travel. I just kind of like to get out and see new things, and that's not really something I can do right now, having this responsibility. So
It is really hard, and it always has a shift in the family dynamic, so it's definitely difficult. But Deja, how do you cope?
I just spend time with the kids mostly and take them out and ask them what they want to do for the day or whatever, because I have to balance my time between the kids and my mom, and so when I'm not with my mom and Rihanna is the one taking care of her mom, then yeah, I'm spending time with the kids and going out to the parks.
And we used to be able to do those things together too, and now we can't because it's like one of us has to be there. And I think that that's another thing that would be helpful if she did live somewhere where we made sure she was taken care of. If we could do things together as a family, and like it's like I don't have anyone, just because like my career is my family, and where she has a family, like I don't have that to fall back on, and so I feel like she doesn't understand that. Like it's not all what would feel great to mom right now. Like mom doesn't even understand what's going on. I think that if we made sure she was safe and somewhere, you know, that she's going to be taken care of, that we can continue with our lives and still include her, but maybe not carry as much stress from that.
Deja, what's your response to that?
I agree with that, but I still have my strong opinion that being around family would just be the better factor in her life at this time, because she could be gone at any time, and then where are we when this happens? Like, she's in the home and we're out, you know, doing what ever we're doing. So I think just having that eye and always knowing that she's there and that I could see her, just a comfort in me.
What are both of your biggest fears with the other one's plan?
Just that mom would become her life and take over her family, and that the sickness really would not only affect mom but would affect all of them in a way that's going to be extremely harmful, and that maybe her kids would even get hurt just from her aggressiveness.
Mine would be, like I said, that we'll just lose the factor with her mom, just the relationship with her, and the disease that she has, just her not knowing like at all. Like, we come in to visit her and she just totally lashes out on us because like she hasn't seen us in a couple of days because we've been caught up.
So, as I mentioned in our first session, I am not here to tell you what to do with your mom or to pick sides between either of you. I am just here to try and help provide clarity and help you both with empathizing with one another and just making an effective change together so that these communication skills can be taken out of this office and implemented into how you care for your mother or how you communicate with each other throughout the week. So if you woke up tomorrow and everything could be different, not necessarily with your mother, but with the way you two communicate, what would that look like to each of you?
You can go first.
Just when our mom first had the disease and like the scheduling that we had and just kind of the compromise that we have. That's what it looked like. And like you said, spending time with her nieces and her nephews and stuff as a family and as a whole, just being all together as one.
I would just say that mom would be in a care facility and we would see her and communicate with her and have her home for holidays, but still carry on with our lives and be able to communicate like sisters instead of like, I feel like we're like business partners. So just being able to communicate like family.
So what does communicating like family look like to you?
Getting joy out of communication instead of being obligated to coordinate when we're going to exchange our mother with one another and, you know, shift responsibilities.
Is it that these discussions are very cold or argumentative, or
Both.
they're both? Okay.
I'd say more so argumentative than cold.
Okay. So maybe we can try listening to what one another is saying now to try and sympathize with what they are saying, and when these instances of differences come up within the next week, we can try and be responsive to what they are saying as opposed to reacting in the way that feels good. Does that make sense? Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are each of you to working with each other for the next week or for this process? 1 being, I don't want to work with her at all, I don't want to speak at all, and 10 being, you know, I'm ready to open the discussion and get into better conversations.
I'd say 10.
A 10 too.
Okay, well that's a really good sign. So for next week, I would like you to come back and tell me about times throughout this week that you were able to communicate effectively and being responsive to one another instead of reactionary. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, I will see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thank you.